And we're back. Welcome back to the greatest show on earth. My lecture 3 got cut off, but we'll pick back up on chapter 18. So chapter 18 is a living supply chain classroom. So as I was saying before I got cut off, I implemented a flipped classroom at Pennsylvania State University, and the kids loved it. Going back to lecture 1, when I used this shirt as an example, I posed a question to the students: how did I get this shirt on my back? And then they would have to walk me through getting the raw material for this shirt. They say, well, is it polyester or is it cotton? Let's just say it's cotton. Boom. I have to find how I'm going to source the cotton. Is it going to be the U.S.? Probably not. Going to be China? Probably. Now I have to put that, if I'm an ethical organization, if I'm a sustainable organization, if this is an organic cotton shirt, I have to get a different supplier. The youngsters like organic shit. They like sustainable shit. And sustainability, given I was in sustainability, if you check Thinkers 360, I'm number 1 in sustainability. Number 1 in corporate social responsibility. I might have slipped to like 3 in sustainability. I think my mentor Sherry Heinisch is a bit above me now, as she should be. The queen, supply chain queen, Sherry Heinisch, the greatest. She put me on the map, by the way. Check out Supply Chain Revolution, Sherry Heinisch and Justin Golston, when we talk about discrimination and what happened to me at Penn State and how they lied on me and how they banned my book, We Are Kill Gods. If you go on Amazon and you click the paperback on We Are Kill Gods, The Birth of the Cruel, you'll see you'll see the Penn State link, then you'll see the Wayback Machine link. Click the Penn State link, you'll see it's not there. If you click Wayback Machine, it takes a snapshot of the internet quarterly. So you'll see where it was up there and then Penn State took it down. Y'all can keep it, I'm suing y'all. Don't matter. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. I'm suing y'all for pain and suffering. I was supposed to have academic freedom. You took my book down off your website. You also took down Dark Enlightenment too. That's 2 books. Any lawyers watching this? Any lawyers at Rollins College? Let's get busy. Come see me. I'll put my room number up here if I get hired. I think that's fair. Saunders Farms, world's greatest tobacco. Also check out Avid Sports Fishing. Hey, Avid. Hey, Tommy. Hey, Bass. Wherever you want. If you want to go by your government name or your nickname. When you see my check, can you also send me some of these hats? I just want about 3 of them. I'm sitting here promoting y'all. I love these hats. They're fantastic. Look, it's got the Outer Banks on it. I see my house right down there at the bottom. That's Manio. That's where my house is. I see my house in the hat. I need some more hats, sir. So, chapter 18, we're going to talk about a flipped classroom and how the students tell me and come to a realization and start building up their wisdom on how something's built instead of having GPT look it up, because GPT don't know it like I know it. GPT didn't live it. It's not sentient. I lived it. I built it. I'm in the last 2 movies. I'm in the last 2 supply chain documentaries. I lived it. I think I have enough evidence. That's on the record for the opposing counsel, Eugene L. Soder Jr. Esquire. We're going to get busy on you too on defamation of character, homeboy. Attorney Goins is going to get busy. I'll put Attorney Goins information in the description. I'm gonna have to take this chat take this transcription and get my notes. Got my notes. Anyway, for chapter 18, Rollins College. We are going to literally have philosophy in action. We're going to talk about, okay, how many books were sold? What country, not what state, what country were they sold in? How many ebooks? How many paperbacks? How many hardbacks? What's the revenue looking like? What we spend on marketing? 0. We collect data on organic before we start promoting. If you don't have enough data, you're wasting your money. So we're still collecting data. I have a year's worth of data, organic data collected on Amazon. That started as a bookstore. That's just living supply chain classroom. That's philosophy in action. You're welcome. Chapter 19, parallel clocks. So in the last lecture, we talked about how I could have one product code, such as this item, that we went from idea to ebook, idea to audible, idea to paperback, idea to hardback, idea to order placed, all less than 15 hours. That's how good God is. That's philosophy in action. So we have different clocks, and we've seen where the ebook was published before the paperback, the audible, but the ebook was a prerequisite for audible, because audible reads from the ebook. That's a prerequisite if you look at it from a class selection perspective for all you students out there. But it wasn't a prerequisite for the paperback or the hardback, in that the submission of the manuscript was all within about 5 minutes of each other. And you'll see on Substack how long it took for the ebook, audiobook, hardback, and paperback. It was documented on Substack. That's philosophy in action. So given we have the same item, different SKUs, different product codes, all have to be managed differently, all have to be marketed differently, all have to be researched differently, all have to be listed online and on social media differently. That's what chapter 19 was about. And finally, chapter 20, the supply chain that studies itself. Now, if you're watching this video, if you're a part of the greatest show on earth, if you're a part of this class at Rollins College, I might be prophesizing. I don't know. You are living the supply chain, because that's philosophy in action.